Yeah, it turns out when you take away people's, what the money they're receiving fraudulently, they get very upset.
What do you mean? When you take away somebody's livelihood, their Social Security, their Medicare, their Medicaid, yeah, they get upset. Check out this viral clip of Ezra Klein surgically dissecting Doge and Elon Musk. Watch.
Efficient at what? It drives me crazy. Look, you can be real efficient at citing fossil fuel, and you can be efficient at building clean energy, and those are opposite visions of the future. Yep. You can be efficient at driving people out of this country, at deporting people, and you can be efficient at building affordable housing for the people in this country, and they're opposite visions of the future. Yeah, I'd like a Department of Government efficiency, but I would also like a government that is led by people who have a humane vision of the future.
True.
And the problem with Doge, the problem with Trump, the problem with Musk, the problem with Vance is not just that they are trying to break the government and corrupt it, though they are, it's that their vision of the future is terrible. Their vision of the future is cramped. Their vision of the future is a rollback to the 19th century. Not just the 19th century in terms of our morals and our values and the way we think about human dignity and who can be here, but also even just the economy. America has become and remained the strongest economy in the world because it is deeply integrated at the frontier of ideas.
And a rollback to the 19th century in terms of alliances. It feels like we're pushing aside everything we learned during the early 20th century, during the two world wars, if you remember them. And we're like, wait, why do we need alliances again? Pushing everybody away. We're also going back to the 19th century in terms of regulations, when Trump and Elon Musk and RFK Jr. want to slash all of these regulations. Even RFK floated the idea of nuking the FDA entirely, which means we go back to 1906 and the food standards then, when your meat would always be spoiled and make you incredibly sick. So as Ezra Klein is pointing out, we have more to the clip, but as he's pointing out, they don't have a good forward-looking vision. I mean, Elon Musk is a type of dude to watch one of those sci-fi horror movies where they create this object and it's like a warning to never do this. And he wants to create that object then. He wants to follow the warning and turn us into these dystopian sci-fi realities. Let's continue watching this clip.
And they have zero respect for it. It's astonishing. The idea that we're going to make every piece of these complex supply chains here while we alienate every single ally we've made.
And let's be clear, there's absolutely no plan to build out the supply chain here. Zero.
It's not detox of the economy, they're poisoning it. Their vision sucks.
I mean, the point they're making here is one of my favorites. Really quickly, there's more to play, but there's ways to enact tariffs where you actually effectively do it. You leave a grace period, say 6 to 12 months, for the manufacturers to reshore and build supply chains, build plants, hire workers, have everything ready so they can hit the ground running, and then you place the tariffs, and then the companies are fine. Ideally, they've found a way to produce everything domestically, and then boom. That is not what Trump's doing, though. He's willy-nilly placing the tariffs 1 month into office, then removing them, then placing them with no plan for supply chains, no support to the companies. It's all just very reckless.
So the problem is not just efficiency. Yeah, I want a Department of Government efficiency. That's fine. But I want efficiency towards an end, towards a vision of the future that isn't terrible, a vision of the future that imagines more for us, a vision of the future that has innovations we actually want. Elon Musk is a walking object lesson in how much can be created with public-private partnerships. This guy every company he has built is built on federal money, and here he is destroying the federal government and pulling up the ladder after him. I cannot say, it is a terrible vision. Efficiency in service of a horrible idea of the future is not efficiency. That's just the wrong path.
So
Ezra Klein makes some great points there, but the two he made at the end really struck home with me. I have another clip to play, but when Ezra Klein is talking about, let's start broadly. When he's saying that efficiency is good, he's right, but he's pointing out that it's not good if you're using it towards a terrible end. So if you're trying to efficiently kill as many people as possible, then it's misleading to say that you're trying to be efficient. But if you're trying to be efficient with Medicare, or say you want to make the tax system more efficient, wouldn't we all love that? I mean, we're in tax season right now. I'm sure everybody watching right now would love for a streamlined, more efficient version of taxes, or a less bureaucratic way to get your license, whatever the hell. There are ways to streamline the government. That's not what Elon Musk is doing. They are not streamlining it. But then I also like how Ezra Klein points out that Elon Musk has built the vast majority of his wealth off the back of government contracts. He would not be where he is today, or anywhere even close, if the government didn't help him. But now he's slashing similar contracts and calling it waste, fraud, and abuse, and there could be a plethora of reasons. Maybe he's doing it to get a leg up on his competition. If he can just slash contracts from people deemed his competition, then his companies get ahead, which a lot of this is happening. It happened with Starlink replacing a Verizon contract, just raw corruption. But let's check out this clip, because sometimes I do worry that Elon Musk and Donald Trump are sort of playing off of each other to distract the public. And what I mean is that what Musk is doing is important, and what Trump is doing is important, but when Musk is doing something crazy and he releases one of these crazy tweets, Trump is usually signing executive orders in the background, and then Trump will do a wild Oval Office meeting with Zelensky, and when the news is covering the Zelensky meeting, Elon Musk makes a lot of ground and fires a bunch of veterans. So I just mean there's a lot of, they play off of each other to distract the media, and this is a prime example. Watch this video, and if you made it this far, make sure you drop a like and some blue hearts.
People keep warning us that Trump uses chaos to cover up his real agenda, but they never say what they think his real agenda is, which starts to feel a little bit like conspiracy territory, which turns off a lot of the more discerning members of the left. So imagine my surprise when I'm looking up his approval rating now that it's been a couple of weeks since he started naming nominees and signing executive orders, and I see a list of those executive orders pop up in a Reuters poll. And at the very top of the list of unpopular executive orders is something I've never even heard of. Ending requirements that government employees report gifts or investments. 77% of voters disapprove of this action. And yet I'm guessing you haven't heard of it because it was clumped together in a jargony sounding order called Initial Rescissions of Harmful Executive Orders and Actions. So I looked that up. It repealed dozens of Biden's executive orders, including 13989, which regulates gifts and investment reporting, lobbying, and my personal favorite, golden parachutes that are designed exclusively for lobbyists to accept government positions.
Wow, Trump openly signing executive orders to make bribery legal. And he did this internationally to make international bribery legal.
Wait, Donald, didn't you just tell Theo Vaughn?
Well, one way you can stop it is to say if you're going to go into government, you can never be a lobbyist. If you're an elected official or if you work in government, you can never be a lobbyist.
And wait, didn't I just read that you nominated 5 former lobbyists to your cabinet? So let's bring this together. You lied about hiring lobbyists. You rescind reporting requirements for investments and gifts from lobbyists. You rescind the ban on golden parachutes for lobbyists who join government. And then you fire 17 inspectors general, including 2 who are responsible for spotting fraud in the departments you just nominated lobbyists to run, the Department of Transportation and the Department of Veterans Affairs. Now I know we all agree that Trump wants to be an authoritarian leader, but I'm not sure that's his top priority. If you look at his track record and you look at this evidence that I just provided, I think what Trump really wants to do is the same thing he's always done: grift.
Grift and make as much money for his family as possible. I mean, we saw throughout the campaign cycle, he sold literally 20 different grifts and coins and shoes and watches just in case he lost the election. He could create this safety net, even though he already supposedly has all of this wealth. But again, don't get distracted. What Elon Musk and Trump are doing, it's both important. I'm not saying one is less important, but what they do again is they play off the back of each other and the back of each other's distraction. Like, please watch this clip of Elon Musk whining on TV like a baby saying, bad people want to hurt Tesla just because I'm cutting fraud. No, people are angry at you because you're firing veterans en masse and taking away people's livelihoods.
Yeah, it turns out when you take away people's what the money they're receiving fraudulently, they get very upset.
What do you mean? When you take away somebody's livelihood, their Social Security, their Medicare, their Medicaid, yeah, they get upset.
And they basically want to kill me because I'm stopping their fraud. And they want to hurt Tesla because we're stopping this terrible waste and corruption in the government.
People want to hurt Tesla because you're ruining their day-to-day life. You know, I'll leave it at that. Drop a like, subscribe, have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace out.